Hello everybody and welcome back to Building Tutorials. And today I am going to be working on the villager houses once again. So last episode I worked on building the interior furniture. So I made a TV, made this kitchen area over here, and I also added in these two rooms up here. Off camera, I added the exact same thing to the other house, which is over on this side. And I changed up a few of the blocks, like in here. This is made out of the dorite instead of the andesite, which is in the other house. I also added on the side of here, I added these turn bits, so it looks more like a couch. I did the same thing in that house as well. And I think it looks a lot better than just having the stairs like that. I think this makes it look a lot better, and it actually looks like a couch now. So I got the couch on the TV. The TV is the exact same in both houses because I'm pretty sure that's the only picture that is that size. I don't think there's any other pictures that are this size. You can get the big ones like these. If I can actually get one to go in the middle, like that. You can get like a large painting like that. But I think the best one for this is this one, which is the karate fight one. So that's the best painting for like the TV in that area. Out here is the backyard area. I haven't built the backyard for this area yet. But last episode, I started building this area over here where I've got the pool, which has no water currently. But we've got the pool, I've got the stone section over here, and then I've got the grass bit over here. Today, I'm going to be working on kind of decorating this, adding some furniture, and then probably doing the same thing over at that house as well. So the first thing that I want to start with is trying to get water in the pool. That's going to be interesting to try and get this in. Now, the easiest way to do this would be to grab a bucket of water like this, fill in this layer with blocks, and then put the water in like this across the entire thing. So to make it easy, I'm just going to fill in this top layer here with blocks and then break them all away and put the water in. Now, the only problem with that is it does create kind of like that drag down to the bottom. Or maybe not. No, it's definitely pulling me down. You see that where it's like slow and then it just pulls me down. So it's not solid water. If you want to get solid water, then you got to like cover this entire thing up again. And you got to do it each layer at a time. Because as you can see, if I break away this, only the top layer of water is filled in, not the bottom. So you have to go each layer and fill in the water for each layer. So if I cover this, put water here, and then I have to do the same thing here where I put it all the way around there. That's now filled in, and then you do the same for the top. And now this side is normal. So if I go in here, it slowly kind of like pulls me down into the water. As you can see, it's just slow. If we go on this side, it's natural current, so it just drags me down. Look at that. It just drags me straight down. So that's the difference between the two of these. Now this pool is small enough where it's pretty easy to set up the water. If it's a larger pool, then it might be a little bit harder. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like that because it works. It looks like a pool. Hopefully no villagers drown. The only problem is I bet you if we put a villager in there, here, we'll get a pig. There's just a pig over here. We'll use him as a test subject. It might be a problem. Let's see. Is the pig going to survive? No, the pig survived. I thought it was going to like drag the pig down. He was going to drown, but no. He can survive in here. So it's not really a drowning hazard. Perfect. We'll go ahead and let this guy out. You can go be free. You can go play with the cows over there. But let's get working on building some furniture. So one of the things that I wanted to add in here was kind of like a little seating area. Maybe put like an umbrella in. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to get probably some fences. If I'm going to do an umbrella, I definitely need fence poles. Alright, so I've got my fence poles here. I'm also going to grab some red and white wool. I'm going to use that for the umbrella. And then for the table itself, I might just use a wood. We'll just get oak wood. Actually, not oak wood, because I used oak wood for the fences. So I'm going to use spruce wood instead, which seems to be the pattern with this house. Using oak wood and spruce wood seems to be a pretty good fit. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to build a table about this big. And then in the middle here, if I put this fence pole down right here, this will be where the umbrella's at. I want to move the table over one more block so that this will be in the center. But the chairs are going to be interesting because there's not really a lot of space to put all the chairs in. For now, I'm just going to use cobblestone because this is where the chairs are going to be placed. We've got 2 chairs next to a block, and then we got 2 chairs with at least 1 block of space in between them and the table. And that's kind of what I wanted for this. So I might need to move some of the stuff around, or I just put all of the chairs next to the table, which I think is fine. The only problem is over here it's going to connect, and I can't really move this any further that way. So we're just going to have to leave it like this, which I think is going to be fine. And then for this, I'm going to do the umbrella, where I'm going to put white wool like this, red wool like this, and now we have a nice little umbrella. You could do like another layer like around here as well. But I think that makes it look a little bit big, so I'm going to get rid of these. But that's another idea that you can add. You can also use different colors if you want to have like blue or orange or green. Whatever color you want to put up there, you can do that. I might also bring this down one. I think it's a little high. So I'm going to bring it down 1 block, and that's going to be our table. All right, so here's our table set up. We've got the chairs, which need to change. They're not going to be the cobblestone because it blends in with that. So I'm going to use, I could use quartz, kind of like white chairs could be good. So we'll put white chairs all the way along here. And now we've got the 2 sides set up with the grass and the stone, which now that I'm looking at it with the table, it kind of looks off. So I think I'm just going to turn this entire thing into stone. I think it's going to be best. There's not really going to be room to put any grass in this area. I was hoping I could do kind of like a split thing where I have half grass, half stone. But I think it's going to be best just to put the whole thing with stone. Over here, we've got our water. And then underneath the fences or walls, whatever you use to kind of block this place in, you could even build these up another layer if you want to build like a 2-layer wall where you can't really like see over it. You could even do that, which kind of looks pretty cool. So you could do another layer, but underneath here you could also add in some of the stone as well if you don't want the grass. I think I'm going to leave the grass blocks there. That way we have a little bit of grass here. I kind of actually like the double wall. So I think for this one, I might put like a double wall on the sides like this. And then for the back, I'm just going to leave it as like a single wall so that you can kind of like look out at the factory. I've just realized we have a nice view of the factory. I was hoping there would be something better to look at. But you can put walls all the way around here. You could even do 3-block walls. If you want to go 1 block higher, if you want to build 4-block walls, you can do that. You can build it as high as you want the walls to be. But you can kind of like extend these up, which is one of the cool things about these walls is they kind of like connect together. This is the closest we're going to get to like vertical slabs. Everyone wants vertical slabs in Minecraft, but I don't know if they're ever going to add them. But this is the closest we're going to get to that. So let's move on to the next house here. Now that that one is, I think, pretty much done. I think I've added everything in. We've got the bedrooms up here with all different job items. We've got the downstairs area with the TV. We got the kitchen. I could add some more stuff to the kitchen. Could add like maybe a cutting board, add maybe some item frames. But I think that's going to be enough for the villagers to kind of like live in the house. So over here, I'm going to use walls once again. But instead of using cobblestone, or not cobblestone, those are stone brick walls, I'm going to use a different type. So I might use deep slate or maybe the blackstone. We'll have like a darker wall. Now the thing about the blackstone walls is there's like a bunch of different ones. So they got polished blackstone walls, and we got polished blackstone brick walls. And then we've got the regular brickstone walls. And it's the same thing with the deep slate. We got a bunch of different deep slate variants. So I think for this one, I'm going to stick with the bricks theme. And I'm going to go with the polished blackstone brick walls. And I'm going to build that all the way along here. Now, I do need to get rid of this track. Eventually, I'm going to get that set up so that it works properly with the factory. But for now, it needs to move so that I can put the fence in. So I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did over here, but with some different blocks. So I'm going to leave this the same. So I'm going to use smooth stone around the pool area because I think it looks best. And for this pool, we're going to have the same size, which I think is right here. And then it goes all the way down to the bedrock layer, which I'll replace all of this with the smooth stone and then put the water in. Over here, this is going to be one of the main differences. So on this side, we have the diorite for the ground. On this side, I'm going to use... I was thinking about using like the deep slate or possibly the blackstone, but I don't know if that's going to be too dark or not. Let's try it. These are going to be the two blocks that I could try and use. Or I go with something different if it's too dark. They're also bricks. I don't think they fit for being a ground block. This is definitely not going to happen because it's the same as the wall. So let's see what other types we've got. We've got the tiles, which might look pretty cool for the ground. And these are the deep slate ones. So I'm going to try putting these down, see what it looks like. So this is what the tiles look like. I think it looks pretty good. I'm not really sure what kind of blocks I'm going to use for the table. But I'm going to go ahead and turn this entire area into the deep slate tiles and see what it looks like. Okay, so I've set up all of the tiles. This is what it looks like. I don't have the water in here just yet, but compared to the other side, it's definitely a lot different. I think it's gonna work, so I'm gonna go ahead and get some wood. I think I'm gonna stick with the jungle wood because that's the same that I use inside. And then I'm just gonna use the oak wood for the pole once again. So I'm going to go ahead and build this up. I think, was it 2 blocks? I think it was 2 blocks. Yeah, it's 2 blocks on that side. I'm going to use some different wool for over here as well. But I am going to keep the white chairs. So the last ones, I think I used the smooth quartz. So I'm going to go ahead and use the smooth quartz again for over here. And then I need to get some new wool for here. This umbrella, I'm going to get blue wool, and then I'm going to get green wool as well. So we'll go ahead and put a combination both green and blue on here. And that way we've got a different umbrella. And then the only other thing that I need to add to this is the water. So I'm just going to do the same thing I did last time, where you just cover the top with some kind of block, and then you put water on top of that. It's not really the best. I should just fill it up. You know what? This one I'm actually going to fill it up properly. So you know what? Let's get the bucket of water, and I'm going to fill up the pool properly, and I'll show you how to do that. So what you're going to want to do is get rid of all these blocks. Leave it completely empty like this. And then you're going to want to fill the bottom until you get solid water like that. And then for the next layer, you add water to both sides. Oh, great. Not like that. You want to add water to both sides. And then you do the same on the top. You put the water in like this. And there you go. Now we have an actual solid water pool that doesn't drag you down like the other one. You slowly float down in this pool. The other pool, it just drags you straight down. Look at that. Just pulls you straight down to the water. So it's a slightly safer pool on this side, but they're still pretty much the same. So I think these buildings are ready for some villagers. So next episode, I'm going to move some villagers in, and then I'm also going to start my brand new build. So you can always post in the comments suggestions for builds that you want me to make, and I will pick random comments to build for like my next build. But these are the two brand new villager houses. I think they look really nice compared to some of the other villager houses. These are like the plain ones. This guy finally decided to move out. I guess he didn't want this house anymore. He decided to go over here and mess around with my redstone. What are you doing? Don't break my redstone. I don't actually know if that even works. I think it's already broken. But I think that's going to be it for today. Next episode, I'm going to be starting a brand new build. So make sure you post some comments and maybe your build will get chosen for next episode. So I'm going to go and end the episode here. So make sure to leave a like and to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.